Hi, and welcome to Book Chat with Julie. I'm Julie with the North Little Rock Public Library System right here in North Little Rock, and welcome to my dining room table for the November Book Chat. Last month in October, I introduced the term cottagecore autumn, which is my favorite time of year. The air is finally cool and crisp here. The leaves are falling. I'm still not raking them, but you can crunch them as you go to your car every morning when it's really cool. So some of the books that I read in the fall and different shows that I watch in the fall are very traditional for me. Maybe fall just for me is a very traditional time, with the holidays, and then you have school traditions that you had and all kinds of things that just make fall warm and cozy. So another classic that I tend to always read, and I watch the movie, and that is Louisa May Alcott's. This is my childhood copy of Little Women. And that's always a great little weekend read, especially when it gets cool and crisp. I also like the movie. This is particularly the one with Susan Sarandon, but my favorite one is the 1939 with June Allison. That's my favorite one to watch, and I have it saved on my TV, and I'll watch it all through November and December as well, going into the Christmas. So the other thing that I do in November, October, and who am I kidding? I watch them all year round, and because I'm a huge Gilmore Girls fan. Stars Hollow is where I would love to be. So I have my trivia cards. Take me on and see if you can stump me. But I do watch, in the fall, I watch all the Gilmore Girls from episode 1 all the way through the end of the movies that came out a few years ago. But like I said, I have them on my TV all the time, as they're always going. When there's nothing else on TV to watch, I always turn to Gilmore Girls, and to take me back to Stars Hollow. So it's a couple of the books that I'm going to introduce to you for November are authors that I have introduced many of their books in the last few years. And the first one is Kathleen Fuller, The Proposal Plot. And that is part of a series. If you go back and you want to archive Book Chat till about September of 2022, I interviewed Kathleen. She lives here in Arkansas, and I interviewed her at Book Chat about her books that were coming out at that time, and that was part of the series as well, the earlier books. And that was a great time to get to meet her and interview her down at our Argenta branch, is where we had our setting for the interview. And be on the lookout through our social media, the Facebook and the YouTube page. She's going to be interviewed again at the library, not by me, but by one of my coworkers is going to get to interview her again about some other new books. And she's going to talk a little bit about this one, because this is one of her newest, and this is one of her Amish. This is part of the Marigold series, and that came out back in the summertime, and so they're going to talk a little bit about that. But she also has one coming out. It'll be before Christmas, but it's called Mistletoe Season, and it's not hers alone. She has a novella in that, and so she, with Sheila Roberts, Kathleen Fuller, and Pepper Basham, they each have a little Christmas novella, and that's called the Mistletoe Season, and it's 3 Christmas stories. So that's a good one to try to pre-order and get you ready going into the Christmas months. Another friend of mine, author friend, as I like to call them, because I love when I get to chat with authors, is Amy Clipston. And I've introduced many of her books. She has contemporary fiction, just like Kathleen does, and she also has her Amish series, as Kathleen does. So they both write both, and this is 4 romance novellas. And Amy, this one's coming out soon as well, and it's called A Lancaster Amish Christmas. She's with Anne Blackburn, Amy Clipston, Mindy Steele, and Amy Lillard. And there's 4 Christmas stories in here, again, to get you into that Christmas spirit. So I hope that it is cool and crisp where you are, and that you're having a little bit of fall coziness, getting ready for Thanksgiving, which again takes us into traditions of however you celebrate Thanksgiving. Ours is usually, believe it or not, as my boys have gotten older, it's football and tacos instead of turkey and dressing. But that's our family. That's what we do here at our dining room table. Is on Thanksgiving weekend is we have tacos, and we do a lot of football, mostly college, mostly Mizzou, and some NFL. But I hope that you are enjoying November and enjoying getting ready for your family visits. And thank you again for joining me for another episode of Book Chat with Julie. Happy November.